The only one I know is 918. Well, is it 300?
It depends on which
Get on anywhere, I guess.
Except for I'm driving them.
All right, everybody, when you look at the door of the mine, it says 1915. This mine actually opened in 1881. They opened it up way up on top of the mountain up there. They cut a 30-degree shaft 700 feet down. They started mining out at that level, and they started coming up at 100-foot levels all the way back up to the top of the mountain. There's 7 levels in this mine. We're going in on the 3rd level. There's 2 above us, 4 below us, each separated by 100 feet of rock. When we first get back in there, we're going to go back 150 feet and stop. Let your eyes adjust a little bit. I'm going to talk to you for just a couple of minutes, and then we're going to move on. When we go around that left turn back in there, you're going to see a bunch of timber and a bunch of tools and all that stuff laying on the ground. That's where that incline shaft intersected with this that they cut in 1915, so the upper levels could drop their rock down to this level, and the lower levels we could hoist it up from the bottom and bring out multiple cars at a time, just increase production. Now when you hear the bell ring on this motor, the next thing that's going to happen is the train's going to move. These cars are about 100 years old. So is the motors that we're pulling you with, both of them. They tend to jerk a little bit. So if it jerks and your helmet falls off, let it go. We got more in the mine. Ready to go? Everybody, how'd you like the tour? Best $13 you ever spent, huh? Hey folks, we're gonna sit here for a minute and let your eyes kind of acclimate. But I want to tell you a little bit about this kind of rock that we're standing in. This is limestone. It's very porous. You're gonna see as we get further down the tunnel, there's gonna be a bunch of water laying along the side of a water ditch on the side. That's because it rained 2 weeks ago and the water's just now getting down here. If you look at the walls and at the top of the mine, you'll see this black sooty looking material. It's not coal. I get asked that every now and then. This mine closed in 1945. All the other mines in town, there were 29 altogether, they stayed open until 1975. The other crews, the other mines would send their fire crews in here and intentionally light a fire, and this is where they trained their fire crews at. That's why it's all sooty like that. Did they have fires underground? You bet they did. Back in the day, in 1915, when they cut this tunnel right here, they had to do it by hand, and they didn't have these lights. Every man was issued 3 candles when he came to work. So they had timber, sawdust, and open flame. Yeah, they had fires. The problem with limestone rock, it's got a lot of sulfur in it. If you get this rock hot enough, the rock will actually start to burn. Then you got a problem on your hands. The way that they solved that generally was just flood the tunnel completely out. Put that fire out, pump the water out, and resume operations later. I think everybody's eyes should be adjusted by now. The main thing I need to know from everybody, are y'all comfortable underground at this point? Everybody's good?
Yeah.
All right, if you're gonna start throwing rocks, throw them at my partner Mike back there. All right, I'm gonna ring the bell, we're gonna go on.
Creeps.